Hi guys, welcome to my video. So today in this video I'm going to show you how to apply for postgraduate work permit in Canada. So before I proceed further, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe right now because I regularly upload videos. And if you have any concern, any question, anything that comes in your mind, feel always absolutely free to ask. Alright guys, so let's proceed. So guys, let's say your course is over and you still have your study permit valid and you have got the required documents for your course which makes you eligible to apply for postgraduate work permit. I mean you have got your degree, transcript or official letter from your school or college, whatever. So now the very first thing to apply is you need to log in into your GCK or MyCIC account. From there you can proceed. So before I proceed further, I want to let you know that I am not an immigration consultant, and this video I am making based on my knowledge and research. Whatever I do in this video could be correct or in some cases may be incorrect as well. So you need to do it as per your case. This is just a guide, a sample to help you through the process. If you are taking anything out of this video, do it at your own risk, as I won't be liable for any outcome. Alright. So in your GCK account, click on apply to come to Canada, visitor, study or work permit. What would you like to do in Canada? You want to work, because postgraduate work permit is a work permit. Suppose you are eligible for 2 years of work permit, so you select more than 6 months. Code that matches your passport. Let's say you are an Indian citizen. Current country or territory, you are in Canada. You have a family member who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. Let's say no. What is your date of birth? So let me make you 1995. Sample case guys. June 1st. Yeah, easy to remember. Are you a green card holder? No. What is your current immigration status in Canada? You are a student. Do you plan to work on campus? No. Are you a full-time student at a participating post-secondary institution and want to work off campus up to 20 hours a week? No. Have you recently graduated from participating? Yes. This is your answer in this case, but you always need to fill as per your case. Is work is an essential part? No, you are not applying for a cooperative work permit. Have you been told by IRC that you are approved in place for permanent residence? No. Have you submitted a PR application? No. Do you have a written job offer? No. Do you have an official letter from your school that confirms you have completed your study as well as a copy? Let's say yes. What is your marital status? Let's say you are not married. If you are married, do it accordingly. Province, let's say Ontario. So you have got two options: temporary resident visa or postgraduate work permit in Canada. So we are applying for this one. We'll proceed from here. Continue. Yeah, we do have an official letter. Have you had a medical exam performed last 12 months? Let's say no, you have been in Canada. So have you lived in a designated country or territory for more than 6 months in last year? You can go to a question mark. There is a link, but it's in a different form. You need to copy this in Notepad, and from there you can take the actual link out and see. So I'm selecting no, but whatever is applicable in your case, you do it. Make sure you go through the link and then you select this answer. Do you plan to work in these? No. Do you want to submit an application for a family member? Let's say no. Are you appointing any representative? No, you will be doing it on your own. In past 10 years, have you given biometrics, fingerprints and photo? Yes, you did it before coming to Canada. Just assume it. If no, select no. There fee associated? Yes, he'll be paying the fee. Are you able to make a digital copy? Yes, that is why applying online. Will you be paying your fee online? Yes. You can check your answers. If any modifications are required, you can click on the edit icon and proceed it from there. Once you click on continue, it's gonna describe the steps, and then again when you click continue, your checklist appears. And this is the fee, work permit fee and open work permit holder fee. Because you have said like you have gone for biometric, that has not appeared, so make sure you follow according to that. Alright, so out of this, like these documents, like this first one, application form and supporting documents, these are mandatory. Optional document not mandatory, but I strongly recommend you do, because why would you not fill a form and why would you not provide client information letter? Because that's the best opportunity you have to explain your case as per my analysis, and I have always used in my applications client and information letter, because any document that is not part of this checklist that you want to upload in addition, you have this option here, and anything that you want to write to the immigration officer, that also you have the opportunity here. Alright, so recent education transcript, you have it. And moreover, universities use a standard format. Completion of studies letter, your college institution is gonna give you. Passport, it shows for what pages you need to cover. Digital photo. So under your category you can see, and always go through a good photographer. All requirements are written over here. Okay. And moreover, if you go to a good photographer, they know, like there are various photographers here, at least in Canada, where they advertise like photographs for visa purpose and all, so they know what are the standards, everything. Anyway, it's fine. Now let's go through this form. This is the main thing. Okay guys, so let's say John Smith in Canada, who still has valid study permit, is applying this postgraduate work permit because he has completed his studies and he has got his documents in order to apply. So unique client identifier. By now you have a unique client identifier because you have already applied to IRCC. It's not a mandatory field, but I strongly recommend. It's like 8 or 10 digits. You're gonna find it on your document. Any communication that you have, unique client identifier, UCI. You want service in, let's say English. Now I am applying for one of the following. So this is his postgraduate work permit. So he's applying for the first time. Okay, full details. Let's say his name is John Smith. Have you ever used any other name? Let's say no, he has not used. He is a male. His date of birth 1995. Just sample guys. Let's see, he was born in New Delhi. Citizenship, let's say India. He is an Indian citizen. If I press I, it's gonna come. Okay, it was second. Current country, because you're applying from inside country, so Canada is selected by default. Status, still he is a student because his study permit is valid. So from, so let's say he came in 2019 Jan 1st and he has permit till Feb 28. Just sample guys. Previous country, during past year have you lived in any country or territory other than your current country of citizenship or your current country territory of residence? Let's say no. Whatever is applicable. Your current marital status, let's say he is single, never married. Have you previously married in? No. Languages, because he is from India, so let's assume his native language is Hindi. Are able to communicate in English and French? Yes, he was a student. He has taken a test in English. Passport, so typical sample Indian passport number I'll add. Typical Indian passports valid for 10 years. Oh, sorry. Okay, national ID document. So this question is asked in various forms. So when I applied for my first time to IRCC as a work permit, I had used my Indian PAN card, and it was accepted. These are just sample entries, it's not my PAN card number, don't mistake for that. And good thing is, like, issue date, expiry date are not mandatory. So what you can do here is, like, based on your country you get like documents like in India you get Aadhaar card, voter ID, or in some other countries too. So what I did, I used my PAN card and then I explained it in my explanation letter and it was easily accepted. Do you hold a green card? No. Contact information. So let's say this guy is living at 11 Torontonian Street. This is a new address probably I created for this video. Toronto, Ontario. Country selected, Canada already. Ontario. So because I selected city city Toronto, so I don't need to describe everything here, just street name is enough. I don't need to write full address here. Yeah, correct. Postal code I can do here, same as mailing address. Yes, so he's in Canada, so he has Canadian number. I can select cellular. Country code is selected already. Okay, email address is important. Date and place of your original entry to Canada. So what date I selected? 2019 he came, right? So I mean this is applicable in this case. In other cases, like when they have various application and all, this date may change. So don't just fill it up when I am doing it. Do it as per your case. Toronto Pearson Airport. You can even write Terminal 3. No space, so I will not write. The original purpose of coming into Canada, study. Date and place of your most recent entry to Canada is not same as this original entry. So that means, like, if you have gone out and all, but this is not a mandatory field, and if so, not required. If applicable, provide a document number of the most recent visitor study permit or student resident permit issued to you. So I'm just writing a sample, but if you are like study permit, check its number. I'm just writing a sample, it's not like a real number. What type of work permit you are applying? See the drop down you have here. Let me scroll it up so that I can show you all the options. Okay, you have postgraduate work permit. So now a lot of people ask, like, what to write, name of employer, address, these things. For that I want to show some. So I've shown you the official guide here. It clearly says that if you choose open work permit or postgraduate work permit, no information is required for questions 2 to 8. But it will be interesting for this because this is like mandatory field question number. It will say at the end when we run the validation. Let's skip it for now, but the form is not completed. At the end we'll run the validation and see, because up to 7 I see these fields are not mandatory. So we'll see for 8. Have you had post secondary education including university, college, or apprenticeship? If yes, give details of your highest level of post secondary education. So I select yes, he studied. So let's say he studied in Canada for 2 years. So from 2019 01 to 2021 01. Field and level of study. So let me say, let's say he has studied bachelor's of knowledge. Okay, school. I'm just writing sample. Do it as per your case. Toronto IT. IT college. City, town, Toronto, country, Canada. Canada. Employment. Give details of your employment for past 10 years if you held any government position. Okay, so we need to, so let's say typical Indian case, like 1995 he was born. So generally in India people study, like those who study engineering without any gap, they completed at 22 years. So let's say in 2017 he completed, and from there he worked in India. So 2017, let's say from 07 to 2018, 12. Or let's make it recent, like he was a student, so let's say, oh, I'm sorry, let's say during his studies he was also working somewhere. 01, let's see, he was working like a storekeeper, because it does not say like full-time or part-time. So storekeeper, let's see, he was working at Walmart. City, let's see, he was working in Guelph. Country, Canada. Just a sample entry guide, you need to put it as per your case. Previous you can include, like I'm not including, this is not mandatory field, but if it is, definitely include. Within past 10 years have you had tuberculosis? No. Do you have any physical mental disorder? No. Whatever is applicable in your case. Have you ever remained beyond the validity of your status? No. Have you ever been refused a visa or permit? No. Have you previously applied to enter or remain in Canada? Yes, because he has completed his study, so he has. So you can provide details, full details, like apply. In formal way you can write, I applied for so and so. You can even include application number, granted, everything. Provide the full details. Have you ever been committed, been arrested? Because IRCC already has that information, so don't hide it. Read the questions, and based on that you do. Do you want to conduct it by IRCC or an organization in future? Yes, you can select the date. Now for online applications you don't need to physically sign it. I mean, you don't need to print and okay. Now the important is click on validate. Now you remember there was a question number 8 during type of work permit. Let's see what happens. The guidebook says you don't have to do between 2 and 8. Yeah, but actually it is required. Maybe that guide is not yet updated, so that is what I wanted to confirm. So we have reached there. Okay. Have you been issued certain provincial nominate program? I select no. Now it should be, but whatever is available, now it should be validating, unless I made another mistake. Education, province, state. Oh yes, you can see even minor mistakes can avoid, so that's why it's very important to click on validate. Hopefully now it gets through. Yes, so validation is just gonna validate that if you have missed any mandatory field, formats and all, but the entries, it's totally up to you, so you have to make sure that it is correct, so always re-verify it. Now I'm gonna go back to the checklist. Okay, I'm coming back to the checklist, so that needs to be uploaded here, and these documents we have already gone through. So once you complete the mandatory section, you will get the next option, and as I suggest, do these as well. I'm going to include the links in the description so that you can do it easily yourself. So thanks for watching this, guys. I hope you like this video. Make sure you like and comment, and if you have any concern, any question, anything that comes to your mind, feel always absolutely free to ask. This is your own channel. Thank you, guys.